Coming up on First at 4, a crash on a busy roadway in Bell County leaves one person seriously injured. And we'll have a coronavirus update as the state of Tennessee confirms its first case.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a crash on a busy Bell County roadway between a semi and an SUV left one person in serious condition. WYNT's Hannah Reynolds is in Bell County with the latest. Hannah?
Now I'm out here on Highway 119 where the crash happened just hours ago. And as you can see behind me, this is the semi that SUV ran into. According to deputies that worked the wreck, the crash happened around 11:30 this morning. While they did not know a lot of the specifics, the SUV ended up at the front wheel of the driver's side of the semi. The semi then ended up in an embankment off the side of the road. Right now, police do not know what caused the wreck or if the driver had any kind of medical issue that led to it. Now, right now, there's not a lot of information that we have about the extent of those injuries from that person that was driving the SUV. For now in Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYNT Mountain News.
And we hope to have much more on this crash tonight at 6.
Well, I'm out here at WD Bryant True Value here in Corbin, and Brandon Robinson is here as well. He's inside programming some weather radios. We're going to be out here till 7 o'clock, so make sure you either bring one from home, we'll help program it, or you can purchase one inside and we'll also program those weather radios. So while he's busy doing work, I'm out here just enjoying the gorgeous sunshine and the most comfortable temperatures out here right now. But first, I'm going to take you up to a few of those camos. Well, not so sunny as we look over into Hazard, but still, those temperatures very nice and warm. Looking at the temperatures across the region, a lot of us into about those lower 60s, some spots into the upper 50s, but still feeling great. Get out this evening and enjoy it if you can. Checking out those wind speeds, though, I can tell you down here, it is a little bit on the breezy side, anywhere from about 5-10 miles per hour, picking up at times. And yes, you see them starting to shift out of the north-northwest, which means cooler air is on the way, sadly. But for tonight, we're still going to remain mild, mid to upper 30s, cloudy and possibly a stray rain chance, but most of our rain arrives tomorrow, and that rain maybe arrives in the form of snow. I'll have those details coming up in a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you very much. President Trump could sign an emergency funding bill to fight the coronavirus as soon as tomorrow. The Senate passed the more than $8 billion bill today. CBS's Christina Ruffini is on Capitol Hill with the race to respond.
On this vote, the yeas are 96, the nays are 1.
The Senate voted overwhelmingly to approve $8.3 billion in funding to help fight and contain the coronavirus. The bill includes more than $2 billion to help federal, state, and local governments prevent, prepare, and respond to the crisis, and $3 billion to develop vaccines and test kits. The Trump administration dispatched health officials to the Hill for a briefing with lawmakers.
By the end of the week, we believe we'll have shipped enough for 75,000 people to be tested. These tests are sent out free. They go to the 70 or more public health labs that are part of our network.
While many Republicans said they were satisfied, some Democrats, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, said they still have questions.
We had concerns, and they're going to get back to us on some of the answers. The concerns regarded not only the number of the test, but the integrity of the test.
A House committee has launched an investigation into the Trump administration's handling of the outbreak. Meanwhile, Speaker Pelosi has said she wants an after-action review to help the government be better prepared for the next public health crisis.
Vice President Mike Pence, who's heading up the administration's response to the outbreak, visited 3M, a company that makes face masks and hand sanitizer.
As we are expanding testing around the country, there are going to be more cases.
Pence announced Wednesday that costs of coronavirus tests will be covered by all private insurers, as well as Medicare and Medicaid. Christina Ruffini, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The vice president has flown to Washington State, the state hardest hit by the virus so far. 3 Republicans, 2 in the House, and Kentucky Senator Rand Paul voted against the emergency funding bill. The Capitol is still open to the public, and so far there are no extra safety measures in place. The first case of coronavirus has been confirmed in Tennessee. Governor Bill Lee made that announcement this morning. Officials say the patient is an adult male in Williamson County who recently returned from out-of-state travel. The man has been asked to self-quarantine at his home. Meanwhile, here in Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear announced about an hour ago that there are still no confirmed cases here in Kentucky. Now to West Virginia, where 3 cases similar to the flu have been sent to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for testing. Officials with the West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources say all 3 patients have either traveled to areas of concern or come into contact with someone diagnosed with the coronavirus. Officials expect to have those results back within the next 5 to 10 days. As the coronavirus continues to spread, medical officials are trying to calm fears. Officials with Appalachian Regional Healthcare say while the virus is new and the body does not have a built-up immunity, the risk to the general public is still low. Americans have more to fear from the flu strand going around right now than the new coronavirus.
80% of the cases of coronavirus are mild and no different than the common cold. And if you're feeling ill and you feel like you have a common cold or flu, just stay home.
Dr. Brayman says ARH is limiting travel and has steps ready to be taken should they see a case here. Super Tuesday has knocked out another presidential candidate. Senator Elizabeth Warren is dropping out, making it a 2-man race for the Democratic presidential nomination. Senator Warren informed her staff this morning that she's suspending her bid for the Democratic nomination. Now, both Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders will likely seek Warren's endorsement, and both have spoken with the senator since Super Tuesday when it became apparent she would soon have to drop out, but she did not endorse anyone today. Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard is the only other Democrat still in the race, but with only 1 delegate, she has no realistic chance of winning the nomination. A Kentucky House committee has approved a bill to expand the state attorney general's authority to enforce abortion law. The measure would expand the attorney general's power to regulate abortion facilities, including bringing civil or criminal penalties for violations. It would enhance the power of Attorney General Daniel Cameron to take enforcement action against abortion clinics without approval from Governor Andy Beshear's administration. The bill cleared the House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Thursday afternoon. Another rough one on Wall Street. It was down more than 1,000 for much of the afternoon. It ends up closing down just under 1,000, down more than 969 points today. A symbol of strength here in Perry County is battling stage 4 lung cancer. Lily Combs is known for her ability to help motivate people both at the gym and in life. She's focused a lot on personal health, but a recent diagnosis was a blow to family and friends. But those same family and friends came together to raise money for her in multiple different ways. Just one of those ways was through a t-shirt that's being sold by a friend and the owner of Appalachian Apparel Company.
But, you know, she's always been that fighter, and she's always been the strong one to kind of push through, and she's fought hard from the get-go. And then a few weeks ago, you know, she went back and didn't get the news that she hoped that she was going to get.
The shirts are available in the store. All the proceeds will go to Lily. Still ahead on First at 4, we'll have an update from one of the hardest hit areas after the deadly tornadoes this week in Tennessee.
And get out and enjoy this gorgeous evening before we have to deal with cooler temperatures and maybe even a little bit of snow tomorrow. I'll have those details coming up.